beautiful souls. I recently did a video introducing this craft medium called Parchment crafts or Pergamano, and it is an amazing, stunning craft medium with lots of tutorials on YouTube and different ideas you can find on Pinterest. However, there's a downside. The tutorials on YouTube are fairly old, so it lacks video quality. I also found it disappointing that I have not come across a video sharing the difference between vellum and parchment. So here's where I come in. Of course, this is going to be my opinion, so please feel free to test it yourself because everyone is going to have a personal preference. I will share what my personal preference is at the end of the video. So I do want to share, because I didn't share this on the video where I showed that craft medium. You're going to need this mat. This is a mat that has a hard side and then it has a cushion side here. Okay, so this one is hard and the other side is cushion, and it is from Groovy. That is a company. So one side is to trace or draw on or color on, and the other side, the cushion side, is for embossing. And you're going to need ball tools or embossing tools, as is also known, or styluses. Okay, so this is a set that I did get on Amazon. It wasn't very expensive at all. And then you're also going to need something to trace with. You don't necessarily need it because you can just trace with the ball tool on the cushiony side and it will show up. You may not notice it right away, but it does show up. Okay, I do not recommend a gel pen. This is a white gel pen and it skips like crazy. It's probably the brand, but I've also heard that the company who created, who brought out tools for this craft medium, their gel pen is not that great either. There is a gel pen that I saw someone use in a video. The brand is called Kikki. It's K-I-K-K-I and then a separate K. If anybody knows that brand, because I can't find it, please leave it in the description box below. Thank you. I saw her using it and it runs like butter. Okay, and I personally use the white Prismacolor pencil for tracing. This works really well. I have no problems with this one. Okay, you're also going to need perforating tools. I for one want to make my job easier. You can use a regular standard pokey tool that perforates, but this is a little too long for this craft. I only perforate maybe to about this much. Okay, but they do have one, like a single one. I can't find a lot of the pokey tools or perforating tools rather, because they are out of stock. So I still need to get the one that is just the one perforating tool. What I mean is these have 4 prongs on it instead of the one. This one has 4 in, this one is called 4 in 4. So there's 4 on the outside and then 4 in the inside. This one is called an almond tool, so it has many prongs on it. So I did order one that Anna Griffith had created, which I didn't know. My friend Ida had told me about it, and that one hasn't come in yet. It actually comes with a different set. It comes with more than one set of perforating tools, but the one that I mainly want is the one that comes in one. So that's the one that's going to come in there. Okay, so I did get a few of these because I want to make my job easier. Okay, so let's talk about what this video is really about, which is a comparison of parchment and vellum. And we have to use a heavyweight vellum. This is, and parchment. This one is 150 GSM. And this one is 167 grams or 105.2 pound of vellum, okay? But let's talk about value. Hands down, the more cost-effective one is to buy the vellum, the heavyweight vellum. And the vellum has multiple uses. You know, this one here says that, you know, you trace, you draw, you print. It has multiple uses on it. You create wedding invitations with that. I'm pretty sure you can do that with parchment paper as far as wedding invitations. However, the only thing I know the parchment is known for is this craft medium, this called Pergamano, and regular weight parchment paper for baking. But the amount you get with vellum is 2 times more. 2 times. What I mean by that is, if you cut this vellum in half, you're gonna get 84 sheets, right? This one is only 20 sheets already this size. So I paid about $12 for this on Amazon with shipping included, because if it's shipped by Amazon, it's free shipping, right? This one was mailed by a seller through Amazon. They are an Amazon seller, so they actually shipped it. So I actually had to pay shipping. This cost me over $18 for 20 sheets. It's only 8 1/4 by 5 1/2 roughly, right? This one is a full 8 1/2 sheet for 42 sheets already. So the vellum is cost effective, and it comes with this brush, I guess, like if you erase, to, you know, move the traces of the eraser away. So I mean, that is a bonus. It's a bonus. Okay, is there a difference between how it looks? Yes. This is vellum. It's really smooth in color. The color is smooth through and through. This is parchment. The difference between the parchment and the vellum is the parchment has speckles in it. It's not, the color is not smooth through and through. How about how it feels? Okay, so upon further inspection, parchment paper feels a little bit rougher than vellum. I can feel it a little bit more grainy, a little bit more rough. As opposed to vellum is really smooth through and through. Okay, so I'm going to do a color comparison because people do color the vellum. I'm not going to do a color pencil comparison because everyone will have different coloring pencils from different companies. Some color pencils are made with wax and some are made with oil. And with that, you will also need to use Gamsol or mineral spirits to blend it. So I've only done an alcohol marker comparison on both vellum and parchment because alcohol is alcohol. So this one is parchment and this one is vellum. And when you're doing these kind of crafts on parchment or vellum, you have to color on the underside. You don't color on the image, on top of the image or images. You actually color underneath it. Okay, so let's see the difference, if there is a difference. So I did write parchment and vellum. There's barely any difference. This color here on top, it's like a sea green color, and it's just slightly darker than the one on the parchment. These are pretty much the same on both sides. It might be a little bit darker here, but not much of a difference. So these are pretty much the same. Can you notice a difference? Which one looks better to you? I wrote vellum here and parchment here because you wouldn't be able to see it if I wrote it in pencil. I don't think you'll be able to see it if I wrote it in pencil. So I did write it with the white color pencil. Which one looks better to you? Upon my observation, the vellum looks smoother and the lines are smoother. However, since these are going to be on a colored cardstock, the parchment image is more pronounced than the vellum, and that's due to it being a little bit more transparent. That one looks brighter than this one, and you can see a little bit more of the cardstock color coming through the parchment than you can. There's a haze over the vellum. You see that haze? And you can see it more there. Well, I can anyway in person. So this is more pronounced, the parchment. Okay? And as far as the piercing is concerned, because there are decorative piercings on the vellum or parchment, as you saw, if you saw my video, you would see it, you know, decorated and pierced. There is no difference to that. They both pierce smoothly and they both cut smoothly, so there is no difference to that. The truth is, it's really going to come down to what you prefer. Okay, so what is my personal preference? As far as quality is concerned, I have no personal preference. However, as far as my budget is concerned, I do prefer the vellum. So there you have it. Now we finally have a video on what's the difference between vellum and parchment for parchment crafts or Pergamano. I hope everyone is doing well, sincerely. So let's all share, be fair, and be filled with love. Take good care, everybody.